Spidey Tings, a Tom Holland x Nicki Minaj fan fiction by Lana Versace. Nicki's POV. I jolted from my sleep. I was having a nightmare about Cardi B again. Suddenly, I got a phone call. It was from my manager. "Nicki, where are you? We were waiting for you in the studio," she said urgently. I'ma be out there when I get there, period. I snapped back to her. I hung up the phone. I put on my favorite pair of neon pink leggings and a crop top. I did the rest of my 2-hour morning routine, and I got back in my hot pink car. I finally arrived at the studio and I saw him, Tom Holland. "Hey, Nicki," he greeted me. "Hey, what's good?" I said back, giving him a hug. He was taller than me, but not tall. "I love your movies," I told him. "Thanks so much, babes. I love your music," he said, smiling. "Ooh, I like that accent. I didn't know you were British." I only knew him from his movies, and Peter was from New York. I've been working on a song for Tom's new movie. I was so happy to hear that they wanted me to play music in the movie. We've been now recording for a few hours now. I was tired as well as everyone else. We decided to take a break though. "Hey, Nicki," Tom started to say. "What's up?" I said. "Would you want to get a burger from Macca's with me?" he asked. "Sis what?" I said I had no clue what he was saying. "Oh, McDonald's. Macca's is what we call it back in the UK, he said. His face started to go red. "Oh, I see," I said, smirking. "Sure, let's do it, baby," I said, checking him out. I could see that he was starting to get more red. Chapter 2. Nicki's POV. We went through the drive-thru when we arrived at McDonald's. After receiving food for Tom and I, we sat in the parking lot and enjoyed our food. He had a cheeseburger and fries and a Sprite, and I had a 10-piece chicken McNugget, fries, and a large Coke. "Why don't we head to your place to watch some movies?" I said, making my voice raspy. He didn't know what to say. "Sure," he said after a few seconds of processing what I just asked him to do a minute earlier. We soon got to his house, and I placed my giant ass on his couch. Tom then grabs a few blankets and places them on top of me. He sits on the couch dangerously close to me. I place my head on his shoulder as he grabs the remote to his TV. "So, what do you want to watch?" the boy said. Whatever you want to watch, Daddy," I say into his ear, and he turns a light shade of pink. "Oh, I have an idea. Let's watch one of your movies," I say, giggling as I bite my lower lip. Tom turns on Spider-Man Homecoming. I trace his blue veins with my stiletto acrylic nails. "You know," Tom said, "we don't have to watch a movie." He smirks while he looks at me. "What do you have in mind?" I say, as he places his longest digit under my chin. I look into his eyes as he tilts my chin up to meet his non-existent lips. Tom kisses me deeply as I place my hands around his neck. He deepened the kiss, pressing his lips deeply into mine. I realized I wanted him. I started to take off his shirt when I heard someone burst through the door. "Nicki?" he yelled. Chapter 3. Nicki's POV. Suddenly, a tall, well-built man with dark hair walked into the room. I instantly knew who he was. Ethan Dolan. I commented on his post once, and he's been thinking we are dating ever since. I've no clue how he found us. "Hey, yo, Ethan, what's good?" I barked at the dark-haired boy. "Nicki, I thought we had something special," he said with tears forming in his eyes. "You see, I'm gonna have to stop you right there." I started talking with my nails. "We never had anything," I continued. "Nicki, how could you?" he said, tears now streaming from his face. "Sorry to intervene, babes, but who is this laddie?" Tom said. "I'm her boyfriend," Ethan said confidently. "Hold the fuck up, bloke. No, you not," Tom said. "Go back to your fishy little girlfriend, Emma, period," said Nicki. We're not dating yet, he said. He always tries to pretend that they aren't dating. I'm tired of it. Everyone is. Honestly, no one really cares about his channel anymore. This is so sad how the whole ethma thing is keeping him relevant. I just had to laugh. Nicki, you know I love you, the dark-haired boy said. I beg your pardon, bloke, Tom blurted out. Hey, this is not the tea you should be having right now, Ethan said. The room went silent, but Ethan had a wide grin on his face. Was that supposed to be a joke, or? Tom questioned him. I have no clue how Ethan is labeled as a comedian, because he's not funny. Anyways, you need to get over yourself, Tom said. I could have listened to his accent all day. This bad bitch would not be leaving London if I knew Tom was there. You don't know Nicki like I do, Grayson said. Or Ethan. I don't really know. I can't tell the difference. Chapter 4. The three of us stared at each other. Tom got a call. Hello, he said, pressing the accept button. I stared at him as I watched a wave of emotions flow through him. Tom, what's wrong? I called out to him, and his face filled with sadness. He stuttered through his words. What, Tom? I looked at him with pleading for an answer. I lost my job. I'm not Spider-Man anymore. Tears glossing over his chocolate brown eyes, he collapsed onto the ground. He put his head in the palms of his hands, and I squatted down beside him, resting my hand on the top of his head. They fired me, he said, choking back on tears. I looked at Ethan, his eyebrows furrowed and his mouth parted in awe. It's time for you to go, Ethan, I told him, looking dead in his hazel-colored eyes. He sighed and solemnly walked to the door. Everything will be okay, Tom, I said to him in a whispered tone. No, he said quietly. I looked down at his blonde hair. No, he kept repeating. He held his head in his palms. This is everything I am, Nicki. He suddenly looked at me. His widening brown eyes made my heart sink. I felt my lips start to quiver, feeling tears gathered up in my eyes. I held Tom in my arms. I promise, everything will be fine, Tom, I told him. I felt his arms against my back as he took a deep breath. The end.